came into the Colosseums and they'd sit there and they had to find a way to entertain them. So that's when they had the Feeding Christians to Lions and all this other stuff. And meanwhile, the Roman government was stealing their money. And they're still fighting these wars like we're doing now. And nothing has changed. We're at the end of the Roman Empire. We're now at the end of the American Empire. Everything's the same. The government's lying, cheating, and stealing, ripping us off. Our education system still doesn't teach us anything about money. And now everybody believes they deserve a UBI, Universal Basic Income. So I think it's the end. And it's because most people would rather be given money rather than, give a man a fish rather than teach him to fish. And I think that's where we are today. So that's why I'm happy to endorse what we do here as far as education, but not for everybody. Our Federal Reserve Bank is criminal. I wrote this book here, Who Stole My Pension? And I was cracking up watching all these guys run into Neiman Marcus and Apple stores and Nike stores and looting them. I said, oh, they're looting the stores. I said, yeah, well, Wall Street's looting your pension. And the average American is so effing stupid. They can't see it. So anyway, it's kind of a funny time, but it's the time that we've chosen to be incarnated. And that's why, I'm glad to have Blair and Kim and I just tell some stories of what it takes to get out of the mindset of Hawaii. To be just a bunch of surfer kids and having it was fun. I love Hawaii. Nice lifestyle, huh, Kim?
It was a great lifestyle. It was a great lifestyle. And to your point, Robert, is, even when we were doing things that were a little unusual and, we'd even going to seminars on weekends, our friends would say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why aren't you at the beach? Why aren't you, partying with everybody? Or when I quit my job, we quit and you left Rippers to start our own business. People say, well, what did you do that for? That's risky. And so there's all this noise. So today there's even more noise, but still, to Blair's point, I am the eternal optimist. And I think now you could be a huge opportunity, huge wake-up call for people to go, hey, this isn't working. These rules aren't working anymore. And there is no job security. And maybe this is time to do something different. I mean, this could be a great opportunity if people wake up to it and are willing to do what it takes. Which
Absolutely.
Is what we've been talking about.
I 100% agree with you. For some people, this is a disaster. For other people, it could be the opportunity of a lifetime right now. But the old thinking is not going to get you there. And, and if you keep kicking the can down the road, keep looking for a short way out or for the government to save or somebody else to give you a hand at, that clearly is not going to be the way to do it. Is just to the simple thing, like Robert says, whatever you're afraid of, particularly around the area of business or sales, which is kind of where I operate, just go do it. Get good practice, and the two things will happen. You'll make more money as an entrepreneur. You'll make more money. Second thing, the big benefit is your confidence level in all areas of your life will start to go up. Things that you thought bugged you, things you thought you couldn't do, all of a sudden you'll be able to do it. You'll see opportunities you don't see. I mean, got guys in South Africa, Mexico City that have horrible economies that are having like the 2 or 3 best, during COVID-19, having the best months of their lives in their businesses. So what's the difference? It's the same experience, but it's a different perception. It's a different way of looking at it because they chose to learn and practice and go through that stuff.
And here's this guy, Elon Musk, he takes on NASA, puts a man in space. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. Wow. What an amazing person. Then he takes on with Tesla and all that. And, there's so much going on that's great. At the same time, we have, people say I'm a victim and you've got to give me money and you've got to take care of me. And that's a choice also. So it's a very, very interesting time. But I'll just say it again, it's nice to be on this. It's rare that Kim, Blair, and I get to share it on the same platform.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought we'd say what it was like to be in Hawaii. I remember when Kim you and I were getting serious, and I went to meet mom and dad in Portland. What was the first thing your father asked?
Um, we woke up in the morning and you had on this rock and roll jacket and had your dark glasses on and he looks at you and he goes, do you have a job? Robert's like, no, I don't have a job, but I'm in rock and roll. He's like, and at that point I knew Robert was not Dad's first choice. But always, we just haven't gone along with the status quo. None of the three of us have ever gone along with the status quo. We always question what we're being told. We always have to think for ourselves. And a lot of this, the foundation of Rich Dad is really the three of us. And a lot of it came from Robert and Blair, your study of Bucky Fuller and his whole philosophy is a lot of our foundation of where we all come from. And one of those principles is the more people we serve, the more effective we become. And that's always kind of been a mantra for us. So there's a lot of amazing things that came out of our time in Hawaii.
That's right.
And then what happened was, I met Kim in '84, and by '94 we were financially free. But if we had followed our parents' ideas on what success were, I'd still be working for Xerox or working for the state of Hawaii, hoping for retirement. We'd be in trouble. And so, I think the best way to explain it is, if you're going to make progress, jump in the deep end and keep going. At the deep end, you're kind of forced to keep going. Right. And once you do that, it kind of starts to work after a while. But that's what your dad, he says, you don't have a job, do you? I said, no, don't want one. But, I didn't have any money. I had nothing. But that wasn't going to stop me. Right. And I meet most people, not having a job or a paycheck or a pension stops them. And I think if that's what's going to stop you, well, that's a choice in life too. We all have our choices. And it wasn't my choice. So those are the differences. And that's why personal development, we have our team of supporters and advisors. We have a great team.
They did not go along with the get a job, work your way up the corporate ladder. They are all rebels. They're all rebels, and they've done it in their own way, and they're all highly, highly successful, but they did not go along with the status quo.
They're all swimming in the deep end.
And even today, and they still push it. They're still pushing it. We're all pushing it. We're never going to sit back and get comfortable.
But you know what? That's a really great point, you guys. Is it because if you're going to jump in the deep end, jumping in the deep end alone is way overrated, man. That's like, that's what school says. You got to do it on your own. You got to be the smart guy. You got to be all that. I've had, we all fight that to have to be the perfectionist. But the beauty of what you just talked about is the amazing team, the amazing group of people that you surround yourself with. Robert, you said it really well the other day. I go, I think the secret to success is hanging around with people that are smarter than you. And I'm going, that is so true. It is so true, is to be hanging around with other people that have something that they can teach and that you can learn from them at the same time that you can reciprocate. I mean, it's just an amazing, very, very blessed of all the things that have happened. If you look at the three of us and you look at the people that surround us, how blessed is that? I mean, to have these kind of people around, and so if you're out there trying to figure this out on your own and you want to grow, I suggest finding real good teachers, good mentors, people that you can trust that have been there, done that, and because doing it alone is rough, man.
So many people don't like the corporate world, and they shouldn't they shouldn't play gridiron. But find the team and find the game that you want to play.
And the minimum that's going to happen is you're going to get happier, healthier, and get richer if you choose to do it. But if you choose to try to keep pushing those cracks down the road, it's not a good scenario.
Final word, Kim?
Well, I always remember what you used to say, Robert. You'd say that the easy road eventually becomes the hard road, and the hard road eventually becomes the easy road. And I'm thrilled because we've been hearing also from a lot of Rich Dad people who have put our principles and philosophies into practice. And I never had so many people come and say, thank you, because we were able to use these principles and take action over these years, that now we're okay. This whole crisis, we're okay because they took the action and they took the hard road, and now it's becoming easier for them. So to all of our points is that, what are you doing today so that the hard road eventually becomes the easy road and not vice versa.
And then we have the Rich Dad radio show, and I'm very excited about interviewing this guy because he's like my hero, a young guy. And he comes up to me and says, your book changed my life. I said, oh, I hear that a lot. He says, yeah, I heard it. I read your book my third time in jail. Your third time. So I was now interested, very handsome guy, very articulate and all this. He says, yeah, my brain was all messed up. But I was in jail for the third time. I said, for what? Well, B&E, breaking and entry, burglary. And I said, good for you, good for you. And he says, you're not upset? I said, no. He says, yeah, I was sitting there in jail reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I'm going, oh my God, I'm going to change the way I do things. And I had to laugh. I said, I can't wait to interview you because, Kim and Blair know I've been court-martialed twice in the Marine Corps for disciplinary problems. But that's how we learn, and these people who do nothing. So this young guy who was at Lifetime Fitness, he was saying, boy, it's really turned my life around. He says, I'm teaching, I'm giving back. I'm very, very excited about the future. I'm not trying to lie, cheat, and steal anymore. If I just be generous, be a good person, things work. I said, good. So anyway, Sarah is going to schedule him for the Rich Dad radio show.
Great. And
that's my last way of saying is that a lot of times our schools tell if you fail, you're a failure. That's not really true, It's like how many times you fall down and when do you stand up? And we all fall down and we all stand up. Final words, Blair.
Yeah, thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show with you guys. It's just great to be able to share. And the final word is that yeah, it's hard. Jumping in the deep end is hard. But I remember we used to study great leaders. And one of the great leaders that we studied was a guy by the name of JFK. And he said, we take on this challenge, not because it's easy, but because it's hard. Because that challenge will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills and talents. And I think that there's a huge opportunity here. And if you get one lesson from the three of us, keep learning. Take on the tough task that you need to learn to be who you need to be. And I can almost guarantee you there will be so many pluses that'll come out of it that it'll exceed your imagination. So that's my final word.
Okay, thank you.
And Robert, before your final word, I just want to remind everybody to stay with us because we're going to hand this back to our Rich Dad team, and they've got the next segment, which is going to be very, very valuable. So I don't want anybody to check out. I want you to stay with us, and we'll shift it over to the Rich Dad team.
And I want to thank everybody who stayed to listen and all this, and trust that we've, give them just like that kid who was in jail for the third time, a 3-time loser. He says he kind of figured it out. It was in his head. It was the problem. I was cracking up so hard. I said, I think we all have that problem. Our problems start inside our head and our minds, our souls, and our spirits. But that's how we get better. But anyway, thank you all. Thank you all for listening, and thanks for supporting the Rich Dad message and the coaching and their education. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. And please stay tuned for the next segment. Please stay tuned. Thank you all. Thank you.
Wow, that was incredible. What a powerful event. Now let's talk about how you, the viewer, can leverage the information and take advantage of a great opportunity from RichDad.
Robert's personal financial success comes from investing in real estate. Robert is now predicting that real estate investing in the post-crisis environment will be the most lucrative investment you can make for the coming decade.
Robert Kiyosaki has agreed to join me for this upcoming segment. It's designed to help you take action from today's learnings. Now, Robert, I'm going to give you just a minute to get settled in so we can share an exciting opportunity with our viewers.
Okay, and remember, as promised, Robert is going to stick around and answer your questions and share his advice to help you take your next step. Plus, stay tuned for a special bonus segment. And speaking of your next step, let's start there first. Robert and I both have complete confidence in your ability to do this. And listen, there may never be a better time in your lifetime to take advantage of the opportunities created from our current financial crisis. Listen, amateurs don't seek out financial education. Professionals do. And by showing up here today to seek out this education, you've shown you're ready to become a pro at this. You've already seen how simple it is if you just follow the path of those who've already done what you're trying to do. So you can take what you've learned today and end up miles ahead of what most people achieve financially in their entire lifetime. I took action 20 years ago with no experience and no blueprint. I had only read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but I knew it was possible. That's why Robert's created the Real Estate Personal Coaching Program and his proven cash flow blueprint system, so everyone could afford the professional support they need to finally get out of the rat race once and for all. You don't need to waste your time, energy, and hard-earned money the way that I did. Today, you can virtually eliminate your risks and finally get in a fraction of the time that it took me. 20 years ago, I wish I had what Robert and his team are going to offer you today, an exclusive invitation to secure your financial freedom. The first of its kind online training system will walk you through the exact steps to acquire at least one cash flow producing property in the next year, and then repeat the process again and again. So, if you're serious about finally getting out of the rat race, if you want a reliable, proven action plan and the knowledge to make your financial freedom attainable faster than you ever thought possible, if you want to guarantee yourself a raise of at least $6,000 every single year, and if you want to take all of the risky guesswork out of increasing your cash flow, then the Rich Dad Real Estate Personal Coaching Program is for you. In order to fulfill Robert's mission to elevate the financial well-being of humanity, he has personally trained a team of expert real estate investors who will work side by side with a limited number of you to achieve your dreams of financial independence through real estate. He has also worked with his team to develop an innovative step-by-step how-to system called the Rich Dad Real Estate Cash Flow Blueprint. It lays out exactly what to do to achieve financial independence with real estate. It literally is a blueprint for building the bridge to financial freedom the Rich Dad way. And today, for the very first time ever, Robert is launching his Real Estate Personal Coaching Program. Once you start working one-on-one with your personal coach and have gone through Robert's step-by-step cash flow blueprint system, you'll know exactly how to buy your first or your next investment property with positive cash flow and with little or none of your own money, guaranteed. The training and materials you'll receive in your Rich Dad Real Estate Personal Coaching Program has already made a massive difference in so many people's lives. That's because it's the same proven, systematic approach Robert and his coaches have used for years. They've used it themselves and to help people just like you achieve financial freedom the Rich Dad way. Take Lisa, for example. She started like I did. She picked up the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad and had her eyes opened. She had to really work to get her husband on board at first because this was a big change for them. But they knew they had to do something different because they had such big expenses and really no true assets. But now their passive income has surpassed their expenses. Here's what Lisa had to say. We are proud to say we reached our goal of acquiring passive income over expenses in our own personal lives. This was no easy task since we had lots of expenses and no true assets. However, with the knowledge that the Rich Dad team offers, which is massive, a little patience, persistence, and minding our business, we were able to achieve this in a few short years. Lisa R. from Tennessee. Wow, I still can't help but to get excited when I hear results like this. And the Rich Dad Real Estate Personal Coaching with the Cash Flow Blueprint system is going to make that same thing attainable for you too. This system comes to you with 7 comprehensive on-demand video training lessons you can access anytime, where Robert's personally trained real estate experts walk you through every profit-making strategy you need to know. They'll show you step-by-step how to achieve real wealth with real estate. Even if you have little or no money, no experience, and you have a full-time job. Let me quickly show you what you're going to learn in each module. In module number 1, Think Like the Rich, you'll learn how to leverage not only your own money, but more importantly, other people's money to unlock true wealth. You'll start to think like the rich think and seize opportunities that are right in your backyard, just like the rich do. In module number 2, Taking Control of Your Cash Flow, you'll learn how simple it is to finally take back control of your cash flow and establish your plan, be secure, and live life on your terms. Module number 3 is where you're going to learn how you can do this no matter what your schedule is, whether you have a demanding full-time job or you're an extremely busy parent. It's called Making Time for Success. And by the end, you'll be leveraging your personal time like the rich manage theirs, so you can get the highest returns on the time you do have available. In module number 4, Identifying Your Target Market, we'll give you the tips, the tricks, and the secrets to locate properties with the most profit potential. So you're not going to have to worry about where to look and how to know if a property has great potential or not. We're going to show you exactly what to look for and what to avoid. Of course, finding the right market and properties is only half the equation. That's why in module number 5, Finding Properties That Cash Flow, we'll show you how to find motivated sellers and maximize your cash flow, so you don't have to waste your time chasing unprofitable deals. After doing this over and over again all over the world, we know the specific traits to look for in a seller in order to get unbelievable value out of your deal. So this really gives you an unfair advantage in every potential deal that you find. In module number 6, Showing You the Money, you'll learn how you can acquire almost any deal using creative financing techniques to purchase properties with little or no down payment. And ultimately, in module number 7, Doing Your First Deal, you're going to see step-by-step how to establish connections and negotiate your deals for maximum cash flow. As you watch these sessions, Robert's personally trained coaches will walk you through everything you need to quickly start acquiring cash flow producing properties. You're also going to have instant access to Robert's step-by-step real estate cash flow curriculum, which includes in-depth exercises and training materials. With the help of your personal coach, this will allow you to map out your exact plan of action. So you'll have a completely unique blueprint designed the Rich Dad way for your specific market and your financial situation. This has a value of $2,500 by itself. So immediately after you join today, you're going to receive an email from the Rich Dad Real Estate Personal Coaching Team, giving you instant access to the entire real estate cash flow blueprint system. Inside your personal secure site, you'll have immediate access to the highest quality training material we believe exists on the market today. You'll be connected to your own Rich Dad real estate personal coach who will walk you through step by step exactly how to take full advantage of today's exciting real estate investing opportunities. You're getting the program Robert specifically designed to help people acquire their first property without the fear and pitfalls that hold most would-be investors back. Start generating positive cash flow and passive income within just a few months of getting started. Eliminate the easily avoidable but all too common mistakes that cost amateur investors thousands of dollars and endless stress. Your coach can easily make or save you thousands of dollars on your very first real estate transaction. Become financially free so you can stop worrying and live life on your terms. Maybe that just means taking your dream vacation with your family. Or maybe it means eventually walking away from your 9-to-5 job so that you can have the flexibility to spend more time with the people that matter most while pursuing your passion. It's all put together for you with Robert's personally trained real estate coaches standing right by your side, showing you what to do every step of the way. You can do this even if you have no experience, even if you don't have a ton of money or good credit, and even if you feel like you don't have the spare time to get started. You'll start with 6 powerful live group mastermind sessions led by Robert's certified real estate coaches who will provide in-depth yet easy to understand investing principles and strategies used by Robert and other elite investors globally. Our students have raved about the value of live group coaching sessions where they hear answers to questions they didn't even know how to ask or they were afraid to ask. You'll be participating in sessions with people from all over the world who all have the same goal in mind, boosting their monthly cash flow from real estate.
These 6 mastermind coaching sessions are valued at $2,000.
And let me mention, if your schedule happens to conflict with one of these group training sessions, there's no need to worry. You'll be automatically emailed an on-demand recorded version of the entire group mastermind session, so you can watch and review at your convenience. This powerful group mastermind training is strategically followed by your 4 private and personal one-on-one coaching sessions. Now, this is where you'll take what you've learned from the Core Blueprint course curriculum and your 6 group mastermind sessions to create your specific real estate investment plan. This live one-on-one personal coaching makes all the difference in the world. It literally gives you private, scheduled sessions with one of Robert's real estate experts. This means you'll receive white glove professional support from Robert's personally trained coaches, who are all seasoned real estate investors themselves. This is guaranteed to help you achieve your cash flow goals even faster. RichDad has coached over 50,000 students since 2002, and there is no better way to leverage what you've learned from the course modules and your 6 group mastermind sessions than to work privately, one-on-one, with your own RichDad personal coach. Having a professional certified real estate coach who has been investing in real estate themselves and using these same strategies takes all the mystery and uncertainty out of your investing journey. It will give you the experience and confidence necessary to reduce your risk. This will help guarantee that you identify and acquire the biggest and best cash flow producing opportunities. Your personal coach will help you map out a step-by-step plan to take the RichDad Real Estate Cash Flow Blueprint system and put it into action immediately. This private one-on-one personal coaching has a value of $2,500 alone. In addition to your group and private sessions with your coach, you'll also